The story that is taking center of the stage is the jailing or the sentencing of Julius Malema to prison for firing bullets in the air at a rally. Now, if you are a South African or if you are an African, as a matter of fact, if you are an African, you should know that you'll be a total fool if you believe that this is purely a matter of Malema's mistakes. Yeah, there's big politics in play currently. Now, in the previous months, there was a time that the Americans tried to drive this silly narrative that there's a genocide going on in South Africa, the white genocide story, and I talked about it. And they tried to drive this narrative, and eventually it failed because no one could believe it. Everybody was in agreement that there was a problem with the security of the South African people, but there was no white genocide case. Every South African is facing an insecurity problem, but there's no white genocide problem. Now, the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa, was summoned was summoned to the White House, and he went to the White House, and they put all these fake stories to his face, and he did nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, and the person who was mentioned the most as to driving these stories was Julius Malema, and Julius Malema was not available in that summoning. Yeah. Now, months later, you have Julius Malema being sentenced to jail, and you tell me there's nothing in play. There's big politics in play. There are big players fighting for resources currently. You look around, look at what's happening in Congo. In Congo, there was a fake agreement between Rwanda and Congo. It's a fake agreement because I'm telling you, there's nothing going on there. That was just a scheme for the Americans to get the minerals from Congo. Now, the same there's a the thing with Kenya. Kenya could not resist because how do you send your soldiers to a foreign state? We had Kenyan police being sent to a peacekeeping mission in some foreign land. Yeah. Now, how do you send the police, not the military, the police? How do you send police to some foreign land when you have insecurity in your own country? Yeah. We also have the Iran. Now, the people who have the ability to say no to the Americans are the people who are being labeled mostly as terrorists. I don't know. To some extent, there could be some truth in it, yeah. But mostly, it's all battle for minerals. Whatever is happening in Iran is just a matter of minerals. They just want the oil. Look at what happened to Mexico with Maduro. Maduro said no, and they tried to pin the drugs on him. Then later, it was Maduro being taken to the America and being tried in an American court. Just imagine, just because of the Venezuelan oil. Yeah. Look at we have the Russia Ukraine. I'm telling you, currently, the Americans have an hand in all the wars that are going on in the world right now. They have a slight hand in it. Yeah. And the thing with Africa is Africa have no way to fight this guy. They have no stable military. They don't have the weaponry. They don't have anything. They're just there. They're just farmers. Yeah. Now they can't fight with the Americans because America is way advanced than African nations. Yeah. That's why they can do anything. They can do anything. That's why you can see the president will summon Ramaphosa, spew all this lie on his face and he can do nothing. As a matter of fact, it's just a theory, and I think there could be some truth in it. I think the Americans have a hand with what's happening in South Africa right now. The arrest of Malema, the sentencing of Malema, because Malema is a leader with a huge following, and the sentencing will certainly elicit something in South Africa. And Malema is the only African who said no to American uh, propaganda. As a matter of fact, after they mentioned him those many times in the Oval Office, he's the only one who said they can say whatever they like, but I am a man who believe in what I said, because they tried to pin the kill the Boer thing, like it was something about killing whites, Americans, white South Africans in South Africa. But at the end of it, even the white South Africans in South Africa were saying there was no genocide. Yeah. So Africa, we need to wake up. The world needs to wake up. And the person, we need to know the people who are in control currently, the people who are controlling the wars, the people who are controlling uh, the economies, the people who are controlling our daily lives. And we know them. And it's time to stand up. The world needs to stand up, join forces. Everybody needs to stand up and join forces. Whatever is happening in Iraq, is it? No. Whatever is happening in Iran, whatever is happening in Russia and Ukraine can be stopped if the world stands up against these two states. You know them. If the world stands up against these two states, and I think we will be done with these problems of the world currently, because they are the root cause of every war right now. And it's all a fight for resources. They just want the resources, nothing else. The natural resources. It's been a while since I did my last video, so yeah. I'll see you on our next videos. Remember to like and subscribe. See you.